PinCode, 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 PinCode,
Building metal wings to fly won't take you to the stars. Use the metal for a boat and you won't sail too far. Stop sitting in the dark, stirring metal pots about. You will change your life forever when you figure out
the secret PinCode, 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 PinCode,
Science can be tricky, it can overheat your brain. Science can be hard to chew, each bite can be a pain. Stop sitting in the dark, stirring metal pots about. You will change your life forever when you figure out
the secret PinCode, 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 PinCode,
the secret PinCode, 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 PinCode.
Which color yarn should I use next?
I don't understand how princes found princesses in medieval times. I'm pretty sure they didn't have phones, so how did they know where to find each other?
Oh, well, they would go to dances. Or they would just talk to whoever was nearby.
Ugh, how boring. That's no way to live.
Well, communication was limited back then.
It was still romantic.
Read this one already. This one was boring. Disappointing plot twist. I think I read too fast for my own good.
Dragons and magic. I don't have that, but I just have to become a princess. There must be a way for my prince to find me, and none of these are helping me.
Don't worry, I'm sure he'll hear you. Huh? I've read that whole series.
Our town is so isolated here. We're all in a bubble.
No, we're in my house.
What I mean is, we should communicate with the outside world, I think.
Hi, guys. Pin, I need some building supplies.
See how bored these poor kids are? They're turning to construction to fill their time.
Uh-huh.
They should be talking to new people, seeing new things.
Oh, I'm taking this too.
Roses are red, my wool is purple, my hooves are purple, and, oh dear. You've really written yourself into a corner this time, Wally. Wait, roses are... What rhymes with roses? My wool is... Huh?
Oh, it's just you. I was so certain my prince had finally come to find me. Seems I was wrong.
What is this? A bunker?
It's a tower built for a princess. I thought that would be obvious from the princess at the top, which is obviously me. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to wait up here until my beloved strolls by.
Huh. So what happens if he doesn't?
Oh, Wally, sheep of little faith. This is like the olden days. I'm taking charge of my fate by doing nothing. And this type of nothing is hard work. I have to maintain my beauty. Why are you here anyway? And stop looking so sheepish.
I've been writing some new poetry, and I could use some help. Do you want to read them? I promise, I won't hog all your time.
First of all, no. Secondly, I have to wait for my prince.
What makes you so sure he'll come?
Because that's how stories go. He'll be someone tall, dark, and handsome. Oh my, he's here, he's here.
2X's Speedos again.
Hey, Crash. You want to put those big ears to use? I've written some new stuff.
Sorry, no time. I'm on a winning streak.
Well, yes. You're playing tic-tac-toe by yourself.
I know. And there, won again. I'm too good.
These kids need to talk to others their own age out in the world.
Maybe we could help them. And by we, I mean Pin, of course.
There's a wealth of information out there. Millions of people in the world exchanging information all day. If only there was some way to connect us all.
That's a good one, Pin. As if 1,000,000 computers could talk to each other like we're talking right now.
A computer is a device that stores and processes data, which can include music, photos, documents, and loads of other types of information. Nowadays, computers can hold so many different things and all types of media. Computers use binary, which is kind of like their own secret language that transmits data. And computers can communicate with each other with a little something called the internet. We learn so much from what we hear and see. We can't yet feel, smell, or taste things in computers, but luckily that's only 1% of things we learn.
Sounds like computers are pretty useful for lots of different things. How many are there? 100?
There's way more than that. They're being built every day. Someday every family will have their own computer.
Okay, so what if we take our computer and connect it to everyone else's computer with wires?
Now you might be onto something here. A net of wires.
Wait, so if every family has a computer at home and something with nets... Wait, I'm confused.
It's about communication, my fine feathered friend. Imagine having your pictures on one computer and you can share them with someone far away. Words, images, videos, even games. By connecting all of the computers, we can share this information with everyone and we can learn from each other.
That would be a hoot.
The obvious way to do this would be to physically connect each system with a wire. Take a look. The info would travel from one system to the other, like a phone.
But it would take a really long wire to reach the world. Probably millions of miles of it.
Yeah, it would have to stretch pretty far, but I don't know what else we could do. Wait, we need to think bigger with satellites.
Computers can send each other information with the help of radio waves. But if they happen to be farther apart, it's harder for them to receive information. Luckily, there are transitional devices, which can help by catching that same signal and sending it out to where it needs to be. These are sometimes called transponders or wireless repeaters. And the more distance between two computers, the more of those cool guys you'll need. If you put a transponder really high, for example, say orbiting the Earth, you get the ultimate power. It can send information back to a super wide range. Don't worry, little desktop. One satellite can reach almost half of the whole planet, which means the information goes way up to the satellite, then back down again, all before you can say, "Science is awesome."
I think every computer should have its own special number. That way you know who you're looking for.
Oh, good idea. Like a phone number.
Weird decoration.
Every computer has a unique number called an IP address. It's like their name, only it's 12 numbers instead of Charlie or Timmy. With an IP address, computers can find one another the same way that your exact phone number makes your phone ring. It's a whole wonderful world of IP addresses sharing emails, music, and silly cat videos.
Wow, just think. All of this information about to be in our hands. Or flippers. Now we'll be able to do so many things we couldn't do before, like do research, or play games, or even talk to people in a different country.
Ooh, or what about buying some yarn?
Of course, we'll be able to buy almost anything with this new, DocoNet is what I want to call it.
Let's not jump to naming anything just yet.
Very well. You can search the internet to find tons of new books.
You know, I've always been a fan of Dickens.
Playing games by yourself is a thing of the past, and you'll always have an audience for sharing your new literary masterpieces.
I could start a knitting club.
I'm sure strangers will only give constructive criticism of my poetry.
Internet. I love it.
I know she has a goal in mind, but she's really hamming it up. Hey! Any luck with that prince yet?
Not yet. But I haven't lost hope. I'm sure he's getting me a gift. Plus, by the time he gets here, my hair will be long and he can climb it. Although, that would probably be painful.
I hardly think that's worth the wait.
Of course it is! That is my destiny!
Huh? Why would this be your destiny? Sitting in a dark room, waiting for someone else to find you, never having any fun? You look like you could use some sun. Take charge of your life. Go out and find your own Prince Charming. Please, if you come down, I'll show you a different way. Your prince is in the 21st century, and I know how to find him.
Good thing I'm great at taking pictures of myself. About me, huh? I'm a cute, brilliant princess. Oh, a response.
I'm a vegetarian and enjoy long walks in pastures. You could say I'm raising the bar.
So, this is what the future will look like?
Sweet sauerkraut.
Dear friends, this is a reminder about today's experiment. This is very important, everyone. We need all of you there. All of you. Also, it is crucial that no one is late. No one. To sum up, everyone there, no one late. Again, this is an important and highly fascinating experiment. Everyone must be present. We will not begin until all of you are there. To sum up again, everyone there, no one late. Very important. So, huzzah! Very exciting day! My horns are throbbing with anticipation, and so should yours be. Or if you don't have horns, then talons, ears, trotters, whatever tingles on you when you're giddy.
Nothing's tingled on me in 30 years. I don't have time for another dadgum experiment.
Hi there. I'm happy to see you all together on this wonderful day. Here on the 14th day of March, we're about to do an experiment which promises to be a watershed moment in the history of life. It isn't just by chance we're doing this on the birthday of that greatest ever physicist, yes, Albert Einstein.
Can you remind me one more time what he's famous for?
Very well, since you asked that nicely. Big genius Einstein gave us the awesome and the revolutionary E = MC².
It's just a silly formula, so what? Nothing's tingling here.
That equation's very famous, but what does it mean?
Oh, come on. Who gives a turnip? Just get your experiment over with so we can all leave. I got stuff to do.
Wait. It is a vital concept to understand, to appreciate Einstein and his work on the nature of the universe. It's important that you know the laws of physics that govern the world in which we live. Let's look at how the equation begins. There, with the letter E for energy.
Energy is the driving force of the universe. Without it, the universe could never have formed at all. Without energy, the sun would stop shining and the planets would no longer revolve around it. In fact, stars and planets would never have existed at all. Energy is what holds the particles of our universe together. Should we worry then that the universe's energy will run out like a battery? No. Whatever we burn, put out, whatever rises or falls, there's still the same amount of energy. In 1850, the first law of thermodynamics was discovered, and it confirms that energy can change form or move from place to place, but the total amount of energy does not change.
All right, but if energy doesn't really go anywhere, why do BB's batteries need to be changed all the time?
Yeah, a battery will lose its charge, but the energy doesn't just disappear, it changes into another form of energy. BB will run, jump into other useful things, and when BB throws a ball, for example, his battery's energy is passed to the ball through him. And when the ball hits the ground, whammo! The energy is transmitted to the ground, and so on.
Do you want some of my energy?
Do you want some of my energy?
Touch me and I'll take all of it.
All right, now we understand what the first letter of Einstein's brilliant equation means. Time that we moved on to the letter M for mass.
Mass is another essential component of the universe. In the same way we must have energy for the universe to exist, we must also have mass for the universe to exist. Should we worry then that the universe's mass will run out? No. Whatever we burn, put out, whatever rises or falls, there's still the same amount of mass. In 1789, conservation of mass was discovered. That mass is neither created nor destroyed in chemical reactions. I've said something similar to this already, haven't I?
All right, we've learned about the formula. The universe is divided into mass here and energy there. So what? Old news. Please just do your experiment already.
Not quite yet, my dear impatient friend. What you just said is exactly what Einstein's theory proves wrong. Einstein, with this formula, showed us that energy and mass are really one and the same thing.
Goodness!
Originally, it was thought that there was no link between mass and energy. Energy was separate and mass was separate. But early in the 20th century, Albert Einstein changed everything when he discovered his famous formula, E equals mc squared. A surprising conclusion could be made based on the formula. Energy and mass are interchangeable. If energy is expended, mass will start growing in response. If an object's mass is destroyed, energy will be released in response. Remember the laws of the conservation of energy and mass? It turned out they didn't offer a complete explanation. Another law took their place. That law says that if energy is expended in one place, the loss of energy will be replenished with the corresponding amount of mass and vice versa.
Everyone understand then? The wonderful revelations found in this little formula of Einstein's? Just glorious, yes?
Got it. For Rosa to get rid of some of her mass, she has to turn it into energy first.
Grow up!
Lots of energy can be released even out of a small particle. You can get a crazy amount of energy out of 1/10 atom. Ever hear of a little thing called the atomic bomb? Huh?
Hey, could we build like some atomic fireworks? Could that be the experiment we're supposed to be doing?
We will do no such thing. I absolutely forbid any experiments that would result in bodily harm.
Everyone calm down. We're not going to be blowing anything up, all right? Look, the equation of Einstein has many useful, nice applications. For one, nuclear power stations give us power for stuff, which is good.
Building a power plant's way too much work. Let's blow something up.
Question, all right? The letter, the last one, what does that one mean?
That is a vital part of the equation. The letter C stands for the speed of light.
The speed of light is the fastest anything can go. Nothing can move faster than light. Not even our most powerful machine can come close to it. It's the maximum speed.
But what if I run while holding a flashlight? Wouldn't the light be moving faster then?
No. It's amazing, but the speed of light produced by a light source in motion will be the same as if it were motionless. Light cannot be accelerated because it is already the fastest thing in the universe. It is one of the universe's laws. The speed of light is the universe's speed limit.
Well, that's a bummer. What's the point of trying to set a new speed record if there's a limit you can never break?
But that limit is extremely high. The speed of light is about 300 million meters per second. Besides, we don't compete against light. Being the best bunny is still possible for you. The speed of light defines how much energy our universe contains. The smallest particle contains enormous amounts of energy. The speed of light squared shows the immense energy contained in the universe.
I still don't understand what all that fuss is about that silly C squared.
It isn't as important c squared as the speed of light as it is that there is nothing in the universe that can move faster. It is the ultimate limit.
I feel like time has stopped. Know the universe's slowest speed? Huh? It's the speed of this meeting that we're in.
What you said about time stopping is very interesting. The very fact that the speed of light is a constant led us to figure out that time is not. Time is relative. So time can be compressed like this or stretched like that. What we've learned is that our old friend time can alter its speed.
Awesome!
How about that?
And what that fact means, if we were ever actually able to meet speeds that were fast enough, then we could leave time behind.
Now what now?
That, in fact, is the objective of the experiment. Once we're going the speed of light, our slow time will fall behind us. To us in here, it will have felt like 5 minutes. But the rest of the world will have lived a regular entire day.
Does that mean it'll be tomorrow by the time we get back?
Huh?
Yes, it will.
Let's get going. Holy carrots! Let's get this crate up to light speed.
Acceleration to light speed commencing. Ooh, that's fast.
Aha!
Could we have come back to the wrong place?
Looks like my calculations might have been just a little bit off.
So, this is what the future would look like?
Sweet sauerkraut.
I just might have all this figured out. I think I understand what happened to this place without us.
Or if you don't have horns, then talons, ears, trotters, whatever tingles on you when you're giddy.
Nothing's tingled on me in 30 years. I don't have time for another dadgum experiment.
Can we travel back into the past and correct everything?
I don't think the physics of today can provide an answer to that fine question. Of course, we are in the future. If any physicists swim by, we can ask them. They'll know.
dear.
I know you've all noticed our society is feeling a little less colorful. I'd say not to panic, but frankly, I have no idea what's going on. I mean, it's under control, but here, Daco can tell you his theory. Daco, go ahead. Surely there's some scientific reason for our pallor.
My theory is a virus has infected everyone in our town. A virus that attacks melanin.
Okay. But I don't eat melons.
Melanin isn't something you eat. All our cells have DNA, which influences what we look like. DNA are like a set of instructions for every living thing. Our eyes, features, and even our skin color are all determined by these tiny little molecules inside us. And one of these things that determines our appearance is melanin. Melanin is a pigment that gives us color and protects us from the sun. It's found in the hair, skin, and fur of almost every animal. If we don't have any melanin, we're at the mercy of the sun's radiation. Without this gene, we all turn white.
Why are you talking about genes? How are clothes going to help us?
Since you mention it, I suggest you put these on. Every part of ourselves is more sensitive to the sun without melanin.
One more thing! We have a plan, so no need to panic. While we enjoy looking like ghosts, Daco is going to head over to his laboratory and mix up a cure to return us to our old colorful selves. Get it?
That's right. I'll find it in no time at all.
Do you need any lab assistance? I really need this cure, Daco.
I guess it couldn't hurt.
Then I'll offer my help.
Thank you, Rosa. Any bit helps.
We can't even go on a walk, since the sun will apparently bake us alive. Chico, we can play with trains without going outside.
In a bit. Something weird's going on.
Hey, man, don't insult my train set. Chugga-chugga-choo-choo, chugga-choo-choo-choo.
I meant with this virus. There has to be some reason it attacked us. Well, maybe it's something we did.
I caught a virus once after I found a bunch of food on the ground. Still don't know why I got sick. Happens for no reason.
No, you got sick because you're just gross. There's a scientific reason here.
Oh. Hey, you know what we need? A giant spoon. So for Halloween, we can dress up as vanilla ice cream.
The scientific discipline we'll be using today is known as biotechnology. It means we'll be manipulating or changing things at the molecular level. Everything has molecules in it, including cheese sandwiches. DNA molecules are what make up our bodies, so we need to get on their level to understand them. Every living thing consists of proteins. These proteins are projected by our DNA, kind of like a million architects designing one big house.
Protein like in an energy bar?
Not quite. Every gene works tirelessly to write the genetic makeup that makes us, us. They each create a totally unique protein and send tens of thousands of them as instructions. Our job today is to find the gene that caused us to lose our melanin and figure out why this guy decided to stop working. Sometimes in science, you need to find unusual solutions to unusual problems. And with this problem, my idea is to use the virus.
The virus? But I thought viruses were bad. Aren't they?
That's true, my white woolen friend. But we can create an artificial virus that will do exactly what we tell it to do. Let's get working! There's much to be done! Also, nobody touch anything. Viruses can get pretty dangerous and create something scary.
Hey, why are you going out in the middle of the day? You'll get burned.
It's all too weird. We should go and investigate.
You're lucky I brought my detective hat.
Where did that come from, anyway?
Viruses are actually very interesting. When a virus is inside a body, it isn't able to move by itself. However, they sneak into a cell and take over like a parasite. Look closely. I'm sorry, Vegetable, you're a test subject. When the virus enters a cell, it immediately releases its own DNA out to do its dirty work. The virus DNA takes over the job of the regular DNA and starts creating more messed up virus DNA. These new viruses multiply and stick to other cells. It keeps going on and on. Eventually, the organism's original DNA has been completely changed.
So what are you saying? That we just gave this poor radish an illness?
No, I'm still gonna eat it, but we used an artificial virus. This practice, known as synthetic virology, will release just the right protein we need. These new, good little proteins will go over and help all the damaged cells. And then, if all goes well, they repair the damaged cells.
Wow, a brilliant concept. In fact, I'll volunteer to take the first test of the new and...
Well, this is why we call them experiments, and this is why I always buy organic vegetables.
You want to know what I think? This was caused by an excess of sugar. That's why we look like sugar cubes or sugar spheres.
This is all just a hoax. Not our fault. I don't think this is Riki caused. It's just natural code changes.
While they fiddle with cells, I've got a practical solution. Roll in waterproof paint. I'll look just like my old self. Too bad I only have one shade.
Quick, squash it!
I've got a story that might help us. A long time ago, I knew an elephant. When I was just a young fledgling, I traveled the world and saw exotic places. But this elephant I met was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen.
When I was...
Yes, she was all that in a bag of peanuts. But her most distinguishing feature was she was completely white. These white elephants had a specific term for their coloration: albino. It comes from the Latin word albus, meaning white. I never thought it was contagious.
But why would it start now? I'll need this for evidence.
Well, that's quite a good question. Maybe my immune system fought it off for years. You know, because I'm so strong and powerful and all that. But maybe after years of fighting off the disease, I've finally succumbed. And my negligence has turned everyone albino.
Holy carrots! Now if the whole world turns albino, it'll be your fault!
I have great news! We have finally managed to find the cure, and we'll be back in no time.
If anyone asks about the radish, we'll just say that it's a new species.
Now, before we release this, we will say the results were a bit unexpected.
What on earth?
It's gorgeous.
It'll be purple?
Everyone, tell me, which one of you would like to go first and try this miraculous color vaccine?
Huh. Let me try this crazy stuff. Still think it's a hoax. Yeah, I'm back! Me next! Me next! I knew it wasn't a hoax all along.
Well, at least I got to wear my detective hat today.
Right.
I'm
Now,
much
wait a
cuter,
second.
Pink.
There's one full syringe left. Excuse me, who didn't get one yet?
Oh, yeah! Look, Chico's not here. Chico! There you are! Daco used his science stuff to find the antidote.
Why do these things always happen?
buddy.
Is there some sort
Hello?
of meaning to any of it? I wonder if we... Oh,
Who cares? You'll be purple soon.
So I thought melons? Why is he talking about melons?
Man, I can't believe I forgot to add color to the animation.
It's almost like you went to art school for nothing.
Yeah, well, I think my talents would be better put to use on the script.
Yeah, it really needs work. But we've got more episodes to do.
Who came up with that virus idea?
Some new guy. Anyway, we should probably keep an eye on Chico. It seems he might be,
Whatever.
catching on.
Shh.
Did you just hear something?
Yeah, myself.
It was nothing. Never mind.
$506, 507.
Think of the wonder of it all. Trillions of stars and planets and moons just waiting to be explored. With those kind of odds, it's insane to think we're alone out there. There must be so much life. And that's just our very small, under-ambitious calculations. Can't you just hear the possibilities?
Not really. All I hear is a yakking moose. And 8,
You're not taking this
9,
seriously.
10, 11.
Have it your way.
512.
I can see you're pursuing something much more scientific. Well, fine. I guess the universe can just wait.
Actually, dominoes are also a way of studying life.
Sure. And I bet Einstein just played hopscotch all day.
No, really. Take a look. It only takes one domino falling over to affect the rest of them. That's how life works. Everything is connected, kind of like a big web. And big things too. Every action has consequence. A litterbug's banana peel could mean a painful slip for someone else. A little sneeze could spread a big disease. Ouch. Actions can set off chain reactions. Things spiral from there. It's the domino effect.
Your theory only affects simpler organisms who aren't in control of their fate. But we have more power. We alone control our futures. An absurd theory. Plus, you forgot I don't even eat bananas. I will say, at least you've tried to justify this silly game.
Calm your antlers and let me enjoy something. I'm trying to beat my old record here.
Maybe you could find a hobby that doesn't take up the whole floor. Oh, look, how about a garden? Or better yet, one potted plant.
Wait, no, stop! No, 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 no! Stop arguing and buckle up! Our new hobby is dodging asteroids! And I was just a few away from beating my record.
You losing your own record is your own fault. If you had just asked Pin, you would have probably known we'd be traveling through an asteroid belt. That domino theory of yours is debunked. Really. Fate is only up to us. You losing your new record is just due to bad luck. My book on gardens!
Seems your book falling is your own bad luck, eh?
Impact imminent. Prepare for immediate and painful landing.
Oh, I think I sprained my ulnar. Don't be crass, Pin.
You have arrived at your destination. Initiating auto seatbelt unbuckling.
No, don't unbuckle the seatbelts yet. Well, seems we're in a bit of a pickle, boys. And by pickle, I mean crater on an asteroid. Splendid. My favorite place. Where's Daco? You crazy? Come back! I'm not going on a wild moose chase.
Phenomenal stuff.
Holy smokes! This place is dangerously radioactive. Taco, get back here now. There's radiation. After scanning our location, I found extremely high levels of radioactive uranium here.
So whoever lived on this planet before had terrible waste management. Or there's just uranium. Can the radiation reach us on board?
We're fine. We have a shield. It just takes up a lot of power from the mainframe.
If I may interject, while you two wax on the dangers of radioactivity, I'll be outside exploring the ruins of an amazing asteroid society.
Did you lose your mind in the crash? The uranium is the reason they're ruins. You want to join them? Because that's what'll happen.
Then you and Pin stay behind and figure out how to get us out of here. If it makes you feel any better, I'll wear an extra suit, or 3.
No can do. Without radiation protection, 3 suits are just as useless as 1.
You win!
No.
I'll go explore the ruins, and I'll do it without any kind of protection. I sacrifice myself in the name of science. This is for the study of interstellar anthropology. Don't you get it? And it's so close! A chance like this only comes once! Oh, just 1 minute's all I ask! Come on, you guys!
Well, we have a day. That's how long our power will last.
We'll just make it work. Somehow we've got to get outside the ship and analyze how to get out of here. I'm pretty sure that's the bigger problem. Fix the ship.
I don't hear Daco.
Huh? Now it's just sad. It's not that we're not curious about the ruins. We just don't want to die. You know, the radiation thing.
This place is the pinnacle of my life's research! I refuse to let you two bird brains deprive me of this achievement! Go! Go!
Okay, pal. You're about to get in school. It was your book full of flowers that you left on the table. That caused one of the flowers to fly over to Pin, which made him sneeze. And where did that lead us? All right, we crashed, and now we're on this rock somewhere in space. That is what you call a chain reaction.
My word, that's it. We're all saved. A chain reaction. First, we'll start a fire. We'll just light this. Light it. Light it. Light it! Huh? Fire is a great example of chain reactions. The fire consumes more and grows, and energy is created as a result. That's how our ancestors first utilized different forms of energy. They burned fuel and used the reactions from that.
Yeah, what do you suggest? Burn down the ship? Cut our losses?
No, we have a powerful material right at our feather tips. Uranium. Uranium is a fascinating element. It's extremely dense and heavy because it has so many protons and electrons inside a single atom. But if we add 1 electron, that messes up the whole balance. It'll split, and that releases energy.
Wait, we're splitting one tiny atom? How much energy could that make?
It makes a super chain reaction. When 1 atom of uranium splits into 2 parts, it makes 2 free neutrons. Then those 2 neutrons fly to the nearest atoms and do the same thing to those guys. They break them apart. And they break more apart, and those neutrons break even more, and it makes a domino effect. And that wonderful reaction is called a nuclear chain reaction.
Something like that is dangerous, bordering on utter madness. We don't have the technology. We can't control that kind of reaction.
Well, I never said we need to control the reaction.
Are you telling me you would blow the planet up? Why would you do that?
Am I missing something important here? What happens in an uncontrolled nuclear reaction?
Big explosions happen. Pin is trying to destroy the planet with us on it.
No, we'll be fine. We have shields. And our ship will finally be free.
But what about the ruins?
Listen, I'm sorry, but this seems like our best shot.
Oh.
Radiation shields activated to maximum level. Nuclear launch ready for initiation. Activating Code Penguin. Nuclear launch sequence.
This whole thing was worse than just the domino effect. This is more like the butterfly effect. You pick a flower, and the next thing you know, we've engaged World War XII on a planet. It's a shame, really. I almost agreed with you about those ruins. Wait, what's that? Look, there!
Oh, we just made a wormhole. A break in time and space, probably caused by our nuclear reactor. Hold on, time and space? We can use this to go back in time and change the course of events, thereby saving the planet! Oh.
Aha! So you do believe in the domino effect. You know, if we change the course of events as we did them, we probably won't find the planet.
Oh, as long as we save it, that's what's important! Years from now, we may find this planet again! And then I'll be able to explore that city for real! Hopefully next time we won't, you know, blow them to smithereens. Ah, aren't you a fine floral specimen? I believe I'll start to dry flowers in my gardening book. Huh? Oh! Huh? Oh.
The discovery of nuclear chain reactions is credited to Nikolai Nikolaevich Semyonov and Cyril Hinshelwood. They each received the Nobel Prize for Chemistry in 1956. But it was an Italian scientist named Enrico Fermi who won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1938 for learning about nuclear decomposition.
I've got such butterfingers, I can't roll worth a hoot. My wings stiffen up, you see, before an earthquake. Let me try that throw again.
I think that 14 tries is quite enough, stiff or not. It's time that we all moved on.
Carlin, can you really tell when an earthquake's on its way?
Don't be ridiculous. Well, of course he can't. Earthquakes, as well as other natural disasters, are absolutely unpredictable. He's just trying to talk his way out of losing the game. Tell her, Carlin.
Let's see. The last time my quake warning system acted up, I was all by myself in the desert. My wings got stiff and the world shook like mad.
Awesome!
That's some fairy tale. In science's name, I demand you tell the truth.
The quake in the desert lasted a little bit longer. Oh, hello, beautiful. I got a double.
I'm really tired.
It's still very dangerous to head back home. There could still be destructive aftershocks.
My wings aren't stiff anymore. Take my word for it. There are no more earthquakes coming tonight.
Can your wings also tell us when there's a windstorm on the way?
As a matter of fact, my wings only alert me to impending earthquakes. When there's going to be a bad windstorm, my beak itches. Actually, I'm getting some indication that a bad windstorm is going to be happening several states over tomorrow around lunch.
Conveniently, there isn't a way that we can prove or disprove that.
Well, we could fly to where the storm is going to be and watch the thing. Unless you're, too scared to go, that is.
Nonsense. I'm not scared because we won't find a storm.
Oh, there'll be a storm, all right. Wanna bet?
You're on.
Can someone finally tell me exactly where it is that I am to fly?
We're flying to watch the windstorm that Carlin's itchy beak predicted.
Watch the what?
Windstorm. Carlin also successfully predicted yesterday's earthquake.
Sweet sauerkraut! Why on earth didn't you warn me about this earlier? Windstorm flying is dangerous. We are turning this ship around.
Don't worry, we will find no storm. He can't predict them. This will prove that Carlin is, as they say, full of it. See, there's nothing ahead but clear skies.
But there was an earthquake when I said.
Any kind of coincidence can happen. I can prove scientifically that earthquakes are an absolutely chaotic process, completely impossible to calculate or to predict. BB, our flyer, could it tolerate temperatures of around 4,000 degrees or so? I'll take that as a yes. School will start once we're deep enough.
At the core of our cozy planet, there is a burning hot liquid substance called magma. Temperatures reach almost 4,000 degrees in the mantle adjacent to the Earth's molten core.
I still don't understand why we have to dig so ridiculously deep down into the ground. Earthquakes happen way up at the surface, not this deep.
Quite right, friend. But the reasons earthquakes happen are down here. First slide, please, dear colleague.
The planet's external solid layer, or crust, is only 40 kilometers thick. Compared with the rest of the mass of the planet, the crust is very thin. Forests, mountains, and oceans are all located atop this thin layer. The Earth crust is not all one big piece. It consists of separate parts, or plates, adjoining tightly at the edges. All the plates make up the planet's external layer. In general, it's all arranged rather insecurely, and this insecurity results in earthquakes. The burning liquid core moves all the time, and so do the parts of the upper layer floating on the surface. When neighboring sections creep up on each other or collide, the result can be an earthquake.
Right, and since it's impossible to predict the movement of the planet's hot liquid core, then no one can make a credible prediction as to where an earthquake will happen.
Looks like the ship's hull is starting to overheat. Head back to the surface. That's great. It would seem we don't have enough power left to dig our way back to the surface.
Are there holes in the surface, like caves or something, anywhere?
Are there holes?
Holes? That's brilliant! There are, and they're called volcanoes! Hooray!
A volcano is a hollow formation on the Earth's crust, which gets its name from the ancient god of fire, Vulcan. In truth, volcanoes are holes connecting the Earth's burning hot core with the surface, in spots where pieces of crust, the plates, collide.
So the Earth's crust is made up of different plates. And what's more, it's full of holes.
The ship is dangerously overheated. We must find a way to cool her down, or we are all going to cook.
Okay, so now we understand earthquakes, but what about windstorms? Where do they come from?
Winds and windstorms are the movement of air. Warm air is light and it goes up like a balloon. Then cold air comes in to replace the warm air. There would be no wind at all if the Earth and the air above it had the same temperature. But that's impossible because the sun warms the planet extremely unevenly. Warm during the day, cold at night. In summer, near the equator, the ocean water starts to evaporate and the steam rises to join the hot air. At a certain height, the steam gets cool and turns into fog, making clouds. But the air becomes even warmer and goes higher still. Meanwhile, new pockets of cold air flow into the place the hot air just rose above. The more pockets there are, the stronger the wind is. This is how giant windstorm funnels are made.
Sweet sauerkraut!
If you're wondering, my beak is itchy as heck.
There's no link between your nose and the storm. Our vessel got overheated while we were deep inside the Earth. And as it got colder, it warmed up the air around it.
We're the ones who created this scary windstorm?
If this windstorm manages to make its way onto dry land, it will be very bad.
We can control the storm, to some extent anyway, until our hull cools back down. Wherever the air gets hotter, that's where the storm will go.
We need to lead it farther out to sea.
All right, hold on. Mr. Storm isn't following us any longer. I guess this ship cooled down.
I think that's all right. We managed to lead the darn thing far enough away from land.
Now we should fly the ship away from the windstorm. Uncontrolled storms like this are very dangerous.
We'll go higher and fly above it.
That's the very first artificial windstorm. It's phenomenal.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Breathtaking.
Well, since we're the parents of that swirling thing, wouldn't it be fitting if we gave our creation a name? There used to be a tradition that when it came to giving a storm a name, they'd name them after a woman.
In addition, they were given names that appeared in strict alphabetical order. Luckily, I've gathered information about all the named storms from recent years. Just let me check out which letter comes next in the master list of storm names. Looks like the letter is R. I'm having trouble coming up with an appropriate name. Can't find a single one.
Roberta? Regina? Rebecca?
I was thinking
Raquel?
Rowena, Nesme, Carlin,
Ramona?
Rochelle,
I'm drawing a
Rihanna,
blank.
Roxy,
Rolanda?
Rinaldehyde, Riley, Rydell.
Wunderbar! Rosa is perfect. Guess we should have thought of that in the first place. That is a dandy name for a storm.
Thanks so much. Goodness. I'm flattered and honored. But of course, it's a shame my storm is an artificial one.
All right, Moose. You have to admit that I predicted that windstorm.
We made that storm. Your prediction had nothing to do with it.
You can't prove that. My beak itched, a storm came, the end.
So your beak is the chicken and the storm is the egg?
Uh-oh, my feet is swelling. There's gonna be a tsunami tonight.